San Diegans are amped up about skyrocketing energy bills from SDG&E. Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan in for Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The rates are set by the California Public Utilities Commission. CBS 8's David Goffredson takes a closer look at the board members who approved rate increases in San Diego.
They're located in Northern California. They're appointed by the governor, and they're heavily influenced by the utilities.
Former San Diego City Attorney Mike Aguirre is familiar with the California Public Utilities Commission.
Most every member of the Public Utilities Commission, including the current president, come out of the governor's office and have a background in politics.
4 of the 5 current Public Utilities Commission board members were appointed by Governor Gavin Newsom. None of them live in San Diego, where SDG&E rates are the highest in the state.
Our bills are basically set in meetings that most San Diegans have no real opportunity to influence in San Francisco or in Sacramento.
When Newsom was running for governor in 2018, records show SDG&E's parent company, Sempra Energy, donated more than $29,000 to his campaign. In November, Newsom appointed Alice Bushing Reynolds president of the Public Utilities Commission. The 55-year-old makes a base salary of $228,000 and lives in Sacramento, according to public records. Her email is on the screen and on the CBS 8 website. In December, Newsom appointed John Reynolds to the Public Utilities Commission board. The 38-year-old makes $174,000 in base salary and lives in Oakland. In February of last year, Newsom appointed Darcy Houck to the board. The 52-year-old lives in Davis, California, and makes a base salary of $159,000. In 2019, Newsom appointed Genevieve Sharoma of Sacramento to the board. The 66-year-old makes $153,000 base salary. And finally, Governor Brown appointed Clifford Rekshaven to the board in 2017. The 64-year-old lives in Oakland, according to real estate records. Every 3 years, SDG&E presents its case for rate increases in a series of public hearings, and the Public Utilities Commission votes on the proposed increases.
The rates are going to wake up people, and I think there's going to be a backlash.
A spokesperson for the California PUC did not respond to our request for comment, but we're going to keep asking questions because we know San Diegans are amped up about this issue.
David, have we heard any explanation as to why utility bills from SDG&E have gone up so dramatically just since the beginning of the new year?
Well, SDG&E says electricity rates are up 7%, natural gas rates are up 24%, but a lot of San Diegans have seen their bills go up by a heck of a lot more than that. If you don't like it, you can file a complaint with SDG&E, or you can email those California PUC commissioners directly. We're going to post their emails at cbs8.com.
I think some email inboxes are about to fill up. David Goffredson reporting live. Thanks, David. And when it comes to these high bills, CBS 8 is as amped up as you are, and we're not going to let it go until we get some answers for you. You can also give feedback to SDG&E about the rate increase. Just text the word amped to 858-571-8888. It'll bring you straight to the form. You'll also receive our stories about these rate hikes.
The Santa Anas are picking up again with strong gusts blowing through East County throughout the day today.
Yeah, the question is, are they going to last through the weekend? Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis is here with the first look at your microclimate forecast. Carlene?
Okay, what if I told you yes and no?
Oh, okay. Both.
All right. Well, we did have them picking up earlier today. Let's go ahead and take a look at that video yet again. This was earlier today in Ramona. Scott Hall, our photojournalist, captured some of those sites. It's just basically the winds going through the trees. It was a little difficult for people to be driving out there as well. We had some people who were pulled over with those high-profile vehicles. You're talking about semis, and because of the dangerous winds that were picking up. So as you're seeing, we did have them moving through the trees, taking a look at current wind gusts or wind speed. speeds not as strong as they were earlier. Now we're still seeing the teens as well as 35 miles per hour for Sill Hill. At least we were. Now, see, it's calming down. That's going to be the case as we go into tonight through tomorrow. So you're looking at wind gusts still picking up into the 30s and surrounding Ramona, as well as a current wind gust of 28 miles per hour for Ramona. Also seeing the teens for Poway and for Escondido, 30s and 20s across the mountains. The wind advisory has been adjusted. It's no longer in play for the inland valleys, but still for the mountains all the way until 8 p.m. for tonight. This first half of the weekend, calmer, not the second half. We'll take a look at your complete forecast coming up. Jesse, Carla.
Thanks, Carlene. Students in Spring Valley walked out of class today to call attention to what they say is a lack of Black History Month lessons or celebrations at Monte Vista High School.
Dozens of students rallied at the school's front entrance. CBS 8's Heather Hope has students are demanding a statement from the school district.
Well, last year, a freshman student at Monte Vista High School said she was shocked there was no Black History Month acknowledgement at her high school. So she took her concern to administration, and she says they got a big acknowledgement on the marquee board. This year, she says there has been nothing, no lessons planned, no celebrations. So she took her concerns again to administration and decided to have a walkout with nearly 100 Monte Vista High School students. Filing out of class for an hour into the Monte Vista High School parking lot, students simply walked out at 10:30 a.m., some with their fists raised in the air and others held up signs. Taking it to the streets, students marched along Sweetwater Springs Boulevard in Spring Valley.
The people united will never be divided.
While holding up signs that read, "Change our system and acknowledge our past, you're forgetting too fast," the group of students said their message for wanting their school to acknowledge Black History Month was made clear.
We can't have months like this where you recognize the history and the contributions that we've made to the community and the world, and they just skip over us.
Sophomore Lyric Lee says last year she brought up this concern to school administrators and was able to get Happy Black History Month displayed on the Monte Vista marquee. But this year she says there has been nothing.
I emailed the school and I emailed the principal, and we had a Zoom meeting which only lasted 30 minutes. And then they promised me all these stuff and these demands and stuff, and they did not meet those promises. They lied to me.
In a statement from the Grossmont Union High School District Superintendent, it says, "The caring staff at Monte Vista High School will always keep our doors, ears, and minds open to the concerns of our students. Monte Vista's administration met with our student leaders after their peaceful demonstration, and those discussions will continue. We encourage our students to engage in direct dialogue with our school leadership before deciding to protest in the future."
And we need to be recognized, and we need representation.
Members of the community also rallied side by side with students.
You have the right to learn about yourselves.
Our efforts is trickling down to the younger generations, and they're now mobilizing together.
Students demanded Black history lesson plans.
If we don't learn it ourselves, we'll never learn it in school. The school needs to do better.
Joining together, hoping their concerns will be heard.
It's not just Black History Month, but it's more. We all deserve better.
Heather Hope, CBS 8.
Thank you, Heather. Families of inmates who died in custody are talking about the new audit report on San Diego County jails. The state audit claims the Sheriff's Department failed to prevent and respond to deaths of people in custody. Sabrina Weddle is the sister of a man who reportedly overdosed on fentanyl while in custody in jails. Weddle tells CBS 8 the audit is a step in the right direction, but not the justice families want to see.
And yet I have to stand here with many other families who have lost lives. These people didn't die of heart attacks or natural causes. They said there's no foul play, but everything's foul about this, everything.
Retired Sheriff Bill Gore has said the department has already implemented many of the audit's suggested changes. He adds the department plans to hire 250 more people, including medical staff, to work in San Diego County jails to address some of the problems.
In what is the final formality of the vaccine approval process, advisors to the CDC have voted to endorse Moderna's 2-dose COVID-19 vaccine for all adults.
The FDA gave the vaccine full approval earlier this week. More than 200 million shots of the Moderna vaccine have been given since it got that emergency use authorization. Moderna boosters are still available under emergency authorization. San Diego County's COVID numbers keep trending down. Meantime, county health officials reported just more than 2,700 new cases today. 29 more deaths bring that total to 4,786. State data shows hospitalizations dropped to just past 1,000 in there. The number of patients in intensive care dropped under 200 for the first time in more than 2 weeks.